Hi everyone, I'm Danielle. We're going to do a grounding flow to crow pose today, Bakasana. I've got my original cork mat and block set. So if you've got some blocks, go ahead and grab them. And we're going to use them today a little bit. And we're going to actually start in a seated position at the top of your mat. Just an easy seat, whichever leg you want crossed in front is okay. And then just go ahead and close your eyes, or maybe just a soft gaze. Let your hands rest anywhere on your body and your legs. Maybe you have one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And we'll go ahead and start with a deep breath in, fill up. And exhale, let it out. Let's do that again. Deep breath in, right? Feel the crown of your head reach up. Exhale, let it out. And one more time, take a deep breath in. And exhale, release. And just feel your sit bones rooting down into the mat. Right, maybe draw your head back a little bit, almost like giving yourself a little double chin. Just aligning the neck with the rest of the spine. And then as you're rooting those sit bones down, you're reaching the crown of the head up, finding this length. And then just settling in. Noticing what's connected to the mat. Couple more breaths here. Maybe switch your hands. If you had one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, just switch them. Maybe if your hands were down in your lap, maybe you bring them up to your heart space. Just really allowing yourself to connect here. And feel the flow of your breath through your body. Let's take one more deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Nice and slow. You can uncross your legs, just kind of plant your feet. Grab one of your blocks, just put it down near the center of your mat. And then nice and slow, we're gonna reach our fingertips forward and slowly start to lower ourselves down onto our back. And try to feel everything as you go. Right? Feel your sit bones roll, start to engage your abdominals, so they're helping lower you down. Feel this tailbone tuck, feel the sacrum hit the mat. Yeah, nice and slow. Then we start feeling the vertebra as they reach the mat, first in the lumbar spine, then your thoracic, then your cervical spine, all the way until the back of your head gets down on the mat. Sweep your arms up overhead. You can extend your legs out nice and long and just get really long through the body here. And then go ahead and hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And we'll let our legs fall to our left side for a twist. Go ahead and goal post through your arms. Don't worry about stacking the legs here. Just kind of let them fall so your legs are in a little running man shape. Let your breath flow into your low back, into your rib cage in the back. Maybe underneath that right shoulder blade. We'll bring the knees back through center and let them melt over to the right side. And melt the left shoulder blade down towards the mat as you're directing the breath back there. Just creating some space. And then we'll float right back through center. Keep the feet planted on the mat, and you can bring your hands down by your side. We'll press right up into bridge pose. We reset our pelvis into neutral. Squeeze your glutes. You're pressing your shins towards the front of your mat, tailbones lengthening forward. And we'll go ahead and tap the sacrum right back down. And then again, press right back up, bridge pose. And we'll go lower right back down. And then again, lift up, bridge pose. Yeah, go ahead and stay right here. Sweep your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Let's roll through the wrists and wiggle the fingers. And just start getting the wrist joints nice and loose. Just preparing them for when we start loading and moving. And you can shake them out. Yeah. And again, we'll sweep the arms up overhead, and you're gonna lower your sacrum back down in the mat, bring the arms with you. A couple of bridge waves here, just so we can get into those shoulders too. Go ahead and press up, and then lower right back down. And inhale, we reach up, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, we lower back down. 2 more of these. And glutes fire on every time you lift up into this bridge pose. We're coming into that neutral pelvis. And after that second one, you'll bring your left knee into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze and extend the left leg up to the ceiling. We'll do the same thing with the ankle joint that we just did with our wrist. Just kind of roll out the ankle, wiggle the toes. And then we get into our internal, external hip rotations where we start twisting the legs side to side. And crow is a lot of hips. So we really want our hips to be prepared. All right, so by moving here, this internal, external hip rotation, we're just getting the fluids in the joint, the synovial fluid, to start really producing and coating the joint so that we're supported. And we have that fluid in all of our joints. So just getting that movement, right, the warming up, if you will, before we start shifting our weight and our balance and loading and taking these shapes in the body, just more supportive for our practice. Yeah, go ahead and bring that left foot down. Let's press right back up into a bridge pose. If you want to wave the arms up, go ahead. And then we'll lower right back down. Right knee will hug into your chest this time. Give it a squeeze. And then extend your right leg up towards the ceiling, and we'll roll out through that ankle, wiggle the toes. Maybe try to separate the pinky toe away from the other ones. And then we'll move through that internal, external hip rotation. So it looks like you're kind of waving your foot side to side, but the movement comes from the hip joint. So we're twisting the femur bone around in the hip joint to get those fluids to go and produce. Yeah, a couple more swipes side to side here. And maybe just notice the difference in the hips. There's always one hip that's a little crankier. Just direct the breath there. And then we'll bring that right foot back down. Sweep the arms up if you want, bridge pose. And then we'll lower right back down. All right, go ahead and grab your block. Do a little bit of core work here. We're gonna take the block in the medium setting. If you don't have a block, it's okay. If you do though, grab it. You're gonna bring your legs up, knees stacked over the hips, place that block medium setting right between your legs and squeeze it, right? Firing your adductors on, hip flexors. We're gonna put our hands behind the back of our head, and without moving the legs, we're gonna lift our torso up and draw the elbows towards our legs, right? So on your exhale, we lift up, and then lower right back down. Exhale, we lift, and lower. Exhale, lift up. Right, using the abdominals, trying not to crank the neck. My fingertips are barely touching the back of my head. Exhale, we lift up, using those abdominals. Exhale, we lift. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift up, and lower back down. Okay, this time when we lift up, when we lower, we're gonna extend the legs a little bit, and then come back together, lift up. Yep. Inhale, we lengthen the legs out. Exhale, we come back together. This whole time you're squeezing the block, right? Just starting to get those low abdominals working here. Extend the legs out in your inhale. Exhale, come back together. Right, knees stop right over the hips. Let's do 3 more of these. Yep, inhale, lower. Exhale, come up. Okay, now we're gonna do a little twist to the left. So the legs are extended, you're gonna bring them back together, turn your sternum to the left. And then extend on an inhale, exhale, go to the right. Kind of like little baby side crows here in these crunches. Where we go to the left, inhale, we extend, exhale, come back together to the right. Shoulder blades are hovering over the mat this whole time. Yeah. Just alternating sides. And it's just this little twist from the sternum. We're not really twisting through the legs that much. Stopping the knees over the hips. Let's do 3 more each side. Here we go. Left, then right. Exhale, left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right. Lengthen. Exhale, left. And then right. Let's just do 1 more. Why not? And right side. And we end. Go ahead and put your feet down, arms down. Keep the block. Press up into a bridge pose here. Squeeze the block. And then we'll lower right back down. Go ahead and get rid of the block. Take a couple of rock and rolls here if you'd like. And then we're going to meet in tabletop. And just crawl around on your mat a little bit. Take some barrel rolls through the hips. Might feel good in the abdominals. Couple of cat-cows here. And any direction you want your fingertips to face, maybe you start with them facing the top of your mat and then slowly move them around as you progress through your cat-cows. On your inhale, you're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together, retracting through the shoulders. Exhale, cat through the back, protraction. Push the back of your heart up. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale to your cat. And again, cow pose. Squeeze your shoulder blades in. Exhale to your cat pose. Maybe now you start changing the directions of your fingers just to get into the wrists a little bit more. Yeah, maybe get the fingertips to face back towards your thighs. And take 1 more cat-cow wherever you are. And we'll meet back, fingertips facing back towards the top of the mat. Come into your neutral pelvis, somewhere in between those cat-cows. And then go ahead and extend your left leg back behind you. Press into the ball of the foot. Take a couple of gentle rocks forward and back here. Try to keep your head lifted, gaze is forward. Yeah, and then we'll sweep that left leg over to our right side. Go ahead and look back at your heel. All right, nice little stretch for the side of the hip and for the neck. And then you're going to bring that left knee over to tap your left triceps. Extend the leg back out to the right. Look at the heel. And then bring that knee in, tap the left tricep. Extend the leg back out to the right. And then we come in. So we're just kind of crossing the body here. And tap and extend. Next time you tap, stay right there. Tuck your right toes. Hover your right shin here. Cat through the back a little bit, right? Protracting. You're almost kind of like in a little flying crow, kind of. Yeah, and extend your left leg back up to the ceiling. Go ahead and bend your knee, open up through your hip, and take some movement here. Big circles with that leg. Just getting into the hip joint just a little bit more. And then we'll straighten out the legs square through the hip, cheetah knee to nose, cat through the back, and 3-legged dog. Left foot's gonna step through. Let's come into a 90-90 lunge. Bring your right shin down and the top of the foot. Sweep the arms up. Shoulders stack over the hips. We'll take a side body stretch here. Left hand will grab the right wrist. Just reach over to the left. Keep your glutes engaged here. Come back up through center. Go ahead and plant your hands at the top of the mat, standing cheetah. Right knee hugs into your chest as you cat through the back. Let your feet meet and fold. Halfway lift, find length through the spine. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, reach up, rise up. All right, root down through your feet. Exhale, hinge and fold. Halfway lift. Go ahead and plant your hands, step back to tabletop. Take a cow pose here. Inhale, squeeze your shoulder blades in, melt the belly heart down. Exhale, press the back of your heart up. Come back to neutral. Okay, right leg extends straight back behind us, right? Again, lift the head, look, gaze is forward, keeping the neck in line with the rest of the spine. I'm just lighting up the back line of the legs here. Yeah. And then go ahead and sweep your right leg over to your left side. So you're going to look at the heel. It's a little stretch for your neck and for the side of the hip. You can take rocks back and forth here too. All right, then we're going to bring that right knee to tap the right tricep. And then extend the leg back to the left side. Look back at the heel. Bring that right knee into tap. And then extend. Bring it into tap. And extend. Yeah. One more time. We bring it into tap. Stay right there. Keep that connection. Hover your left shin, right? Tuck the toes, hover the shin. Right? Little crouching crow kind of shape here. Almost teasing, flying crow. Three-legged dog. Right leg goes up. Bend your knee, open up through your hip, and then just take some circles here. Right? Just get in to that hip a little bit more. We'll straighten out the legs square through the hip, cheetah, knee to nose, cat through the back, three-legged dog. Right foot's going to step through. We come into our 90-90 lunge. Left shin comes down, top of the foot. Sweep the arms up. Right hand grabs your left wrist, side body stretch, fingertips over to the right. Right, draw back on that right foot. Keep the glutes engaged. We come back up through center, plant your hands, standing cheetah. Left knee pulls into the chest, cat through the back. Let your feet meet and fold. Halfway lift on your inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up tall. Right, root down through the feet, reach up. Exhale, hinge over your hips and fold. Halfway lift. All right, go ahead and step back to plank pose here. Long spine, right? Gaze is forward, not back at your toes. A little protraction through the shoulders. You're squeezing your abdominals in, like you're squeezing like in a corset, right? Squeeze them into the center. Back of your knees or lifting up to the ceiling or the sky, wherever you happen to be. And we lower halfway, chaturanga. Elbows hug into the side body. Inhale, upward facing dog, pull the hips forward, right? Heels are squeezing in towards each other, shoulders are drawing back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Exhale, let it out. All right, go ahead and lift your heels, travel to the top of the mat. You can tiptoe, walk, step, hop, jump. Halfway lift when you get there. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up tall, reach up. Go ahead and hinge at the hips and fold over your legs. Halfway lift. Go ahead and step back to plank pose. And again, we lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Let's do a couple more sun A's here. Go ahead and lift your heels. Travel to the top of your mat, however you want. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold over your legs, halfway lift. Plant your hands, step, jump back or float. We lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. One more, sun A. Let's lift our heels, make your way to the top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Hinge at your hips, fold over your legs, halfway lift. Plant your hands and take that vinyasa to the back of your mat. We end or meet in down dog. When you get there, take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Go ahead and lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open up through your hip here. And then left knee, left elbow or tricep. Just give it a tap. Three-legged dog. Left knee over to the right elbow or tricep. Just tap. Come back out, three-legged dog. Left foot will step through, 90-90 lunge. Bring that right shin down, top of the foot. Sweep the arms up. This time we'll go ahead and goal post through the arms and press the hips forward. Get this hip flexor stretch. Lift the heart up to go back. Keep your glutes engaged. They're supporting your low back the whole time. We'll come into half splits, just bow over the front leg. Try to keep the hips lifted here and not sitting back onto your heel. And then just wag your left foot side to side. All right, just that internal, external hip rotation. All right, we'll bend back into the front leg. Come into supported warrior 3. Hands can be down on the mat or on blocks. Right hip is drawing down, the right toes are drawing down. You can flex through the foot. Gaze is forward. Okay, bring your hands down onto the mat. We're just going to tap our right knee to our right elbow or tricep. You might need to slightly bend into your left leg a little bit. Just want you to tap it. Extend the leg back out, supported warrior 3, and then tap. Great place to use blocks here to bring the ground closer to you. Yeah, especially if you're having a hard time getting the palms flat down, the blocks are perfect. Yeah, and we're just extending and tapping the right tricep. Yeah, a couple more. And then we'll step back, warrior 2. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. And let's take a rainbow warrior here. So straighten through your front leg, bend into the right, reach the right fingertips up, look behind you. And then come right back up, peaceful warrior, reach up and back. We'll cartwheel our hands down to the mat. And then bring your right foot up behind your right hand, and then your left foot will walk out to the side. We're setting up yogi squat here. So again, this is a great place for a block. You can use a block to sit on. You can kind of play with the height of the block. But your hands are going to come together. You're going to push your elbows into the inside of your legs. Crown of the head is reaching up. And so we're grounding down through the feet. We're reaching the sit bones down to the mat. Crown of the head's reaching up, even if you're on that block. Couple more breaths, right? Trying to find length through the spine. Just really getting into these hips here. Take another breath in. Another exhale out. Go ahead and push down through your feet. And then press up, come up to a stand. Reach up. Exhale, hinge and fold over your legs. We'll go ahead and step our left foot back. Come into a one-legged plank. The right leg is going to be hovering here. We're going to lower down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then we'll come right back in with that right leg lifting up. Bend the knee, open up through the hip. And then the right knee is going to tap the right elbow or tricep. Extend that right leg back out. Right knee over to the left side. Just cross the body and tap. Come right back out. Right foot will step through, come into your 90-90 lunge. Left shin comes down. Top of the foot, sweep the arms up. And then we'll goal post through our arms and press our hips forward for our hip flexor stretch. Right? Shine the heart up. Squeeze the shoulder blades in and down. Come into your half splits. Bow over your front leg. And again, try not to just sit back. Try to stay lifted and just hinging over the right leg, hinging at that hip. And you can wag your right leg side to side a little bit, just getting that femur bone moving around the hip joint a little bit more. And we'll bend back into the front leg. And you're coming into your supported warrior 3. Grab your blocks. Long spine. Left hip is drawing down. Finding this length, rooting down through the right foot. And then we'll bring our palms down to the mat or the blocks if you're using them. Left knee is going to tap, left elbow or tricep. You're catting through the back, slight bend in that right leg. You might be even bending, melting that shin towards the ground to get the knee to tap, and then extend out. Come back in and extend, right? These little cheetah taps here. Let's take one more. And then nice and slow, we'll step back, warrior 2. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Then we come into our rainbow warrior. So you're straightening through the front leg, bending into the back one. Gaze is just going behind you. And then we come right back out, peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Then go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat or the blocks. You're stepping the left foot up behind your left hand. Right foot kind of walks out behind the right. Toes face out, heels in, yogi squat. Again, you can grab a block to sit on. Maybe walk your heels out farther. You want your heels to be down here. And we want to be drawing the sit bones down, the butt down, crown of the head up, so we're not doing like this kind of hinge here. Right? We're dropping right in and press your elbows against the inner thigh, right? Hands into your heart space. Think lifting up. We're keeping muscular engagement. We're not just dumping in the hips here. We're building some strength while we're in this shape, even if you're sitting on the block. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Next round of breath. We're pressing up, right? Use the breath. Push. Come to a stand. Exhale, hinge and fold over your legs. Halfway lift. Okay, we step the right foot back. We're coming into a one-legged plank. The left leg's going to be hovering. We lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on our exhale. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Go ahead and lift your heels. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, king chair. Bring your feet hips width apart and have a seat. So king chair. Feet are hips width apart. Knees are tracking right over that second toe, middle toe. Right, we're drawing our sit bones in and down. We're squeezing our thighs towards each other, even though they're not touching. And we're breathing. Another breath. All right, we're gonna hinge at the hips. I want you to think lifting the butt up to the sky. We're just gonna hinge at the hips. And we're just gonna tease crow here. Grab your blocks if you're using them. Hands on the block. Right, your pinky and thumbs are grabbing on the outside or gripping on the outside of the block. The other three fingers are in. We're really squeezing in and gripping here. And all we're gonna do here from this king chair stance is lift the heels, bend the knees, bend the elbows straight back towards your shins, and just these little crow rocks, right? Just gonna rock forward. Right, just get the knees on the back of the arms. All right. Yeah, right, the knees are right on the triceps, pushing forward, and you're just rocking and floating the toes. Maybe you're only floating 1 foot at a time, that's okay. Right, we're just getting used to that shifting of the weight forward. The shoulders are going way over the wrists in crow pose. And I just want you to just shift first. Maybe you hold it an extra breath. And then we'll come right back out, king chair. Hinge back up, feet hips width apart. Exhale, hinge and fold over your legs. Take a halfway lift. Go ahead and plant your hand. You can step back to your plank pose. You can jump back or float. We lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog on your exhale. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. Okay, left leg is gonna lift up behind you. Left knee, left elbow or tricep. Go ahead and tap that knee there, bend the arms. Come right back out, three-legged dog. Left knee over to your right elbow or tricep. You're gonna kickstand your leg out for fallen triangle. Open up here, keep your glutes engaged. Sweep the right arm up and back. We'll come right into cheetah pose. Right hand comes down, cat through the back. Bring the left knee up into the chest, create space. Left leg lifts back up. Okay, go ahead and step the left foot through. We'll come into our 90-90 lunge. Right shin comes down. You keep the back toes tucked if you want. Arms sweep up. We goal pose, press the hips forward. That Anjaneyasana. Hip flexor stretch. Half splits. Let's take a little twist here. Right hand plants. Left fingertips are going to reach up. Twist. Go ahead and crawl forward to the top of the mat. Come into your supported warrior three. Or maybe you want to start floating the hands up here for warrior three. Just draw them into your heart space or extend them out in front of you. You can even extend the arms behind you. Another breath. Let's step back, warrior two here. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. We'll come into our rainbow warrior, straighten through the front leg, bend into the back, look behind you. And then follow those left fingertips back up. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat, low twisted lunge. Right hand will plant inside the left foot. Left fingertips reach up, twist. Yeah. Another breath. Half moon at the top of your mat. Plant your left hand down. You can always use a block here. Tallest setting is what I like to use for my half moon when I use the block. And you're opening up. Right hip is drawing back to stack on top of the left. Your pelvis and your right toes are facing to the right. Right fingertips are reaching up. Maybe start to change your gaze there. And press the outside of your left hip forward towards the right. All right, if you've got a wall there, you're pressing the outside of that left hip towards the wall. Right now I'm pressing my left hip to the aloha sign that I'm facing. Just helps keep the pelvis stable, helps keep you from fishtailing in the leg or fishtailing in the pelvis. Right? Keep that right leg engaged by flexing or pointing the foot. You've got another breath here in this hold. Soft bend in the left leg. We slowly step back, warrior two. Right, peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Right, go ahead and bring your hands down to the mat. Grab the blocks if you want to use them here. We're going to bring that right knee right up to our right tricep. Right, so we're setting up crow right from here. Right, so you're going to start to bend your arms, elbows go straight back, and you'll see that you're already way forward, like pitched forward with your shoulders over your wrists. And then all we have to do is lift up 5 toes. So as you bend those arms, the left knee is going to meet the back of your left tricep. And it's just those 5 toes you have to get up because you already got the right ones up. And then we're squeezing heels to the butt, catting through the back. It's that protraction in the shoulders. Another breath. Just slowly put that left foot down. You're going to step back into warrior one. So back foot comes behind you, about a 45-degree-ish angle. Arms sweep up. Neutral pelvis here. Drive that back heel down. Go ahead and hinge over your front leg. Arms sweep back. Shoulder blades draw in. It's a nice long spine here. And then we'll peel open right into warrior two. Spin open on that back foot. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. We'll come right into our rainbow warrior. Bend into your right leg. Left fingertips tap down. And then come right back up, peaceful. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Make your way to down dog. Maybe you're on your blocks and you want to use them to lower halfway into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out. Let's do that again. Deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Okay, right leg is going to lift up this time. If your hands are on the blocks, and maybe you keep them there, and do this with the blocks. Right? So right knee is coming over to that right elbow or tricep. You're going to bend the arms. Come right back out, 3-legged dog. Right knee over to the left. Fallen triangle. Kickstand your leg out. Open up through the chest. Or if you're using the block, notice how much more height you have from the ground, but you're still connected, right? You're still connected to the mat. We come into cheetah pose, right? The right knee hugs into the chest, cat through the back. 3-legged dog. Go ahead and set the right foot through. We come into our 90-90 lunge. Your choice if you want to keep the back toes tucked, arms sweep up, goal post and press the hips forward. Maybe you lean back a little bit more, sweeping that heart up. Half splits, we bow over the front leg. We're going to take a twist here, left hand plants, right fingertips reach up, spiral your sternum to the right. And come back through center. We're coming into warrior three. Supported or not, it's your choice. Blocks are always there to keep you connected to your mat by bringing it closer to you. Push through your back heel, lengthen the crown of the head forward. Do any variation with your arms, hands at the heart space. Extend them forward. You can extend them behind you. One more breath. We step back, warrior two. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Let's come into our rainbow warrior. Reach straighten through the front leg. We gaze behind us. And then come right back up, peaceful. We cartwheel our hands down to the mat. Low twisted lunge here. You can use a block if you've got it. Left heel is reaching up to the ceiling as you're twisting. Try not to let that right knee just kind of fall out to the side. Right, hug everything into the midline. All right, that left back of the left knee is lifting up. The heel is lifting up as you're twisting from your thoracic spine. One more breath. All right, we come into our half moon. So the right hand comes down. Use the block. Tallest setting. You're opening up the left hip to stack. Left fingertips can stay on your hip or you can reach them straight up to the sky. And again, you're pressing the outside of your right hip towards the left side. Just helping create some stability there in the hip and with the pelvis. Right foot is energetically dialing down into the right. And we're finding some height, some length here. Two more breaths. Nice and slow, soft bend into your right leg. You're going to step back into warrior two. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. We come into our rainbow warrior. We tap down, straighten through that front leg. Come right back up, peaceful. All right, we're going to bring our hands down to the mat. Grab the blocks if you want to use them. So we're immediately drawing our left knee into the left tricep. So just get it there and tap. And you might feel like you're in this really tight stance here. Resist the urge to step your right foot away. Right? I want you to stay in this tight little, almost like a standing split kind of stance. Okay? You're going to bend your arms and then lift your right heel. So your right knee is right there. It just attaches right to your right tricep. And you're looking forward, not back at your feet. Right? We want to gaze forward. And then maybe you float those right toes and bring that foot to meet the left, catting through the back. Pushing the knees into the back of the triceps. You're gripping your blocks or the mat. And breathing. Another breath. Slowly put the right foot down. Left foot steps back into warrior one. Right, so give yourself some space here so the hips can square forward. Right, left foot comes down, 45-ish degree angle. Maybe pop the left foot out to the side a little bit. Right hip is drawing back, left hip's drawing forward, and you're bending into the front leg. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. We go ahead and hover over the front leg in an exhale. Right, long spine, shoulder blades, squeeze in and down. And then sweep right up into warrior two. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. We'll do another rainbow warrior here. Come right back up, peaceful. And then bring your hands down to the mat or the blocks. We step back to our plank pose and lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it out. Okay, go ahead and lift your heels and step or hop, top of the mat. Halfway lift, exhale, king chair. All right, so the feet come hips width apart, arms sweep up. Yeah, and then we're going to come into crow pose again from king chair. Right. So our knees are directly going forward. They're right over the toes. We're in this king chair shape. When you hinge at your hips, think butt up to the sky, belly button to your spine, right? Okay, so if you're using the blocks, you're going to grab the blocks, right? You don't want to bring them out too far away from you. You want them maybe, I'd say maybe two to three handprints away from your toes, right? What I don't want you to do is turn your feet out and let the knees go out. Keep the feet facing forward here, just like you were in king chair. And same with the arms. I don't want you to have the elbows bend out. Keep them in. bending back towards your shin. So like rotate the eyes, the elbows in, and bend straight back, just like your chaturanga arms. You're gonna lift the heels, your butt's still going up to the sky. And we're just gonna start to roll off the balls of the feet. The knees are gonna come right on the back of the triceps. You're just gonna keep rolling forward. Maybe you let all of the toes float off. If they do, squeeze the feet together, squeeze the heels to your butt, cat through the back, breathe. Right? Everything's squeezing into the midline still, right? Biceps are squeezing in towards each other, the elbows, the thighs. Yeah. If you've got crow and you're working on your shoot backs, you're already in those chaturanga arms. So if you shoot back from here, just keep the arms bent. Don't straighten them out. If you're still in this crow pose, right? You can stay there. You can come into malasana, into yogi squat. If you're doing your shoot back, keep those arms bent. Shoot straight back, cores engaged. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. If you're in yogi squat at the top of your mat, go ahead and just step back into your down dog. You can take a vinyasa if you want. And then we're all going to meet in child's pose. Big toes together, knees nice and wide here. You can take your arms back, reach for your heels. We'll just rock side to side on the third eye and the shins. We're reconnecting with the breath, reconnecting with the body. When you're first learning crow, it's a lot of pressure on the back of the arms. You'll probably have bruises on your arms. That's okay, right? I used to show my bruises off when I first started learning crow pose, because I was so proud of them. And eventually they go away, right? When you learn to shift your weight in the air, right? When you learn to lift up, become lighter, they go away. But it takes time, it takes practice, it takes patience. All right, so while we're here in child's pose, I'm going to show you guys little baby crow. So baby crow is on the forearms. If you've taken classes with me on YouTube before, we've done dolphin many times. And so kind of the same idea. I'm going to slowly come up. Bring your forearms down, and you want to bring them into a number 11 shape. They can be shoulder width apart or a little bit wider. And we're going to tuck our toes. And then we're going to crunch up into this tiny little ball. And you're going to get your knees on the back of your triceps, right? As high up as you feel comfortable with. And you're literally just going to lift them up, bring the knees on the back. And then we're hinging forward, rolling forward off the feet. Your face is really close to the ground. In fact, it might even be on the ground. That's okay. But this is baby crow, where you're just hanging out on your the back of your triceps, on your forearms, and you're pushing the ground away the whole time, right? You're not getting much height off the ground. That's okay. A little baby crow. Something you can do every time you get into child's pose, just to practice. Right? Keeping grounded, keeping connected, keeping close to the ground. Especially if you're fighting that fear of arm balances, falling. This one, you're so close, it's okay if you fall. And you can bring your feet back down and just extend the arms back behind you. Come back into your child's pose. It's a couple of breaths here. All right, we'll meet in downward facing dog. All right, you can use the blocks or not, totally your choice. Pedal out the feet a little bit here. And then go ahead and lift your left leg up. Let's bend the knee, open up through the hip, and take a wild thing. Left foot steps behind the right leg. Stay nice and long in that right leg. Extend the left fingertips up behind you. You're finding this nice length, diagonal stretch through the body. And we'll come right back into three-legged dog. Left leg is up. And go ahead and tap your left tricep with your left knee and come right back out. Left knee over to your right elbow, fall in triangle, extend your leg through, open up through the chest here, and then go ahead and have a seat right where you are. You're facing the back left corner of your mat. Just sit up nice and tall. And then go ahead and just drop that right arm inside the right leg. Left arm reaches up and over. Little side body stretch here. You can goal post through the left arm, spiral the chest up. And lift up to come out. You're going to pull the left sole of your foot in, left hand plants behind you for stargazer. Lift the hips up, sweep the right arm up and back. Glutes are engaged the whole time. Just kind of lengthening through that front body. It's a little counter to all the crunching over for crow, the hinging. And we come right back out. Just go ahead and take your right foot, step it up to the top of your mat. One more opportunity for crow coming in with that one leg. So you're lifting your left leg up. You come right into this supported warrior three shape. Left knee comes to the back of the left tricep. Lift your right heel, start to bend your arms. Right knee is right there. You could be using your blocks if you want. Crow pose, cat through the back. Push, push, push. Step your left foot down, right foot steps to the back of your mat, warrior two, peel open. Peaceful warrior, reach up and back. Now let's come into peaceful triangle. Lengthen through your front leg. Pull the femur bone up into the hip joint. Maybe hook your thumbs. Extend your fingertips back. And then we'll start to hinge forward for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Hips go back, left arm drops inside, right arm reaches up. Active posture here, right? That left arm is anywhere inside the left leg. It could be hooked down on your big toe. You could have your hand on a block here as well. Another breath. Go ahead and look down at your left foot. You're going to bring your right hand down and we'll come into a revolve triangle. Right foot can pop out to the side a little bit. Right hand can be down on a block. And the inside of the foot or the outside. Like using the block on the outside of the foot. Gives me a little bit more leverage. Brings the ground a little bit closer so I can access this shape in my body. Right, and there's rotation in the hips here. Left hip's drawing back, right hip is drawing forward. Another breath. Go ahead and bring your left hand down. We remove the block out of your way. And then we're just gonna kind of bring our right foot to the back of the mat and heel toe your left foot over to your right wrist to set up your half pigeon. Gently bring your right leg down. And then nice and slow, lower yourself down. Great place to use a block here under your left hip for support. Because we're squaring through the hips here. It's rotation. Left hip is externally rotating, drawing back. Right hip is internally rotating, drawing forward. Use blocks under your forearms, under the hip, anything to help support you. And then just melt down into the mat. And just notice the breath moving through the body. And you notice how the breath supported you when you're playing around with your balance, right? Shifting your weight into your hands. And maybe you notice that you stop breathing, right? It's something that we all do when we start getting into balancing postures, especially arm balances, we stop breathing. So how can you use the breath to support you in the balancing postures, to help keep you grounded? We soften through the hips here, through the shoulders. Just a couple more breaths. Nice and slow, we're gonna go ahead and walk ourselves up. If you'd like to take a quad stretch here, you're gonna bend the right leg, lift your right arm up, sweep it back, grab a hold of the big toe mound side of your foot, and then just squeeze your right heel to the outside of your right butt cheek. And then slowly release, and we'll meet back in downward facing dog. And pedal out your feet here. And then we'll go ahead and lift the right leg up. Bend your knee, open up through your hip, and wild thing. So we step the right foot behind us, land on the ball of the foot, the heel's still lifted, and then we're getting nice and long through the body. Try to find more length than bowing here. We'll meet right back in three-legged dog. Right knee will tap the right elbow or tricep and come right back out. Right knee over to the left side, fallen triangle. Kickstand the leg out, open up through your chest here. And then we're gonna have a seat right where we are. So you're facing the back right corner of your mat. Left arm drops inside the left leg this time. Right arm sweeps up and over for a side body stretch. And you've got that opportunity here to goal post and spiral the chest up a little bit. Just create some more space. And we lift up to come out. You're going to bring that right sole of the foot in. Right hand plants behind you for stargazer. Lift the hips up. Keep the glutes engaged. Left arm sweeps up and back. Again, finding more length than just bowing here. And then nice and slow, we come back down. Bring the left foot up to the top of the mat. And you're setting up supported warrior 3 so we can come into crow pose from here. All right, so the hands come down on the mat or on the blocks if you want to still use them. You're going to bring that right knee in to the back of the right elbow or tricep. Start to bend the arms. Elbows go straight back to the shins. Lift your left heel. The knee comes right on the back of the tricep. And then maybe float those 5 toes. Squeezing the heels up towards your butt. You're protracting through the shoulders. Right? Shifting the weight forward. Finding some lightness here as you're grounding through the fingertips. Right, gripping the mat. Breathe. Right, breathe. Let some breath out. Slowly put your right foot down. We step the left foot back. Come into warrior 2. All right, peaceful warrior here. Reach up and back, and then it's peaceful triangle. Reach your right fingertips up as you lengthen through the front leg. Right, you're pulling the femur bone up into the hip joint. Maybe you hook your thumbs here to get a little extra tug on that right side body. And then we hinge at that right hip for Trikonasana. Come right into your triangle pose. Right arm can fall anywhere inside of the right leg. It can fall onto a block. You can hook your big toe. Depends on how deep you want to get. But we're still lifting up. You're pressing the hips forward. And breathing. Couple more breaths here. And you'll start to look down at your right foot. You're going to bring your left hand down. We're going to set up revolve triangle. So pop your left foot up and out to the side a little bit. You can grab that block if you're wanting to use it. Inside or outside of the right foot. Left hand goes on the block. Right fingertips reach up. Twist on your exhale. A little ringing out. Right hip drawing back, left hip drawing forward. Take another breath. And we'll go ahead and bring that right hand down and get the block out of your way. And you're just going to snake that left foot back. Heel toe your right foot over to your left wrist to set up your half pigeon. Right? And we're not squaring the shin here. All right? We're squaring the hips. Right? So the left hip's drawing forward, internal rotation, right hip is drawing back. All right? Don't force the shin to square to the top of the mat. If you've got that mobility in your hip, great. If you don't force it. It's not essential to this shape. The squaring of the hips is what we're after. Again, use the block underneath your right hip. You can use the block under your forearms. If you can hinge all the way down, go ahead and come down. Whatever you're doing, though, soften through the hips and through the shoulders. Right, shoulders, especially between the shoulder blades here, likes to get all wound up and tight, especially when we've got stuff coming up out of the hips. It travels right up into the shoulders. So literally let it roll off the shoulders. Maybe you rock your third eye a couple times on the mat, right? Staying connected and letting yourself feel whatever you're feeling in the body. It's softening down into the mat. Take about 5 or so more breaths here. Nice full rounds. And then if you're wanting to take a quad stretch here, you'll slowly start to walk yourself up. All right, bend the left leg, pull the heel towards your butt. Left arm sweeps up and back. Grab the big toe mound side. And then you're squeezing your heel to the outside of your left butt cheek. And then nice and slow release. Go ahead and drop onto your right hip. We'll swing that left leg around in front of us. And then extend the right leg. Maybe just kind of drum out the legs a little bit here. And then we'll sit up nice and tall. Reach the arms up. And then exhale, hinge and fold over your legs, Paschimottanasana. It's a great place for a block. If you want to put a block at your feet, so you can grab a hold of the sides of the block and push into it. Remember, we're lengthening the heart forward. And you just get this little lift and length out of the low back, and then you can round into the upper spine. It's okay if your nose isn't on your knees. Just another breath here. And then nice and slow, we'll start to lower ourselves down to our back, kind of like we did in the beginning of the class, right? Nice and slow. You can bend the legs if you want, plant the feet, but we're rolling down. We're feeling everything that's connecting to the mat, right? You're feeling your sit bones roll. You're feeling the tailbone tuck, the sacrum, maybe even slower than you did in the beginning of class. You're lowering down. Those abdominals are hugging in, supporting the pelvis, supporting the spine on the way down. Feeling all the vertebra in the spine. And as you get there, go ahead and sweep the arms up overhead and then take that good, nice big stretch through the body. And then go ahead and pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. And then we'll extend the legs straight up for waterfall. Just let the sacrum melt down and the low back release. Feeling the support of your mat underneath you. Staying connected to the breath, to the body. Even as we start to wind down here, you can roll out through the ankles if you want. You can even drape your arms up, kind of like zombie arms. Maybe you want to roll out through the wrists a little bit. And then happy baby, draw your knees out towards your ribs. Maybe grab a hold of your legs or you hook onto your toes and just rock side to side a few times. Yeah. And the next time you rock to your left, maybe you let your legs collapse into a twist. Same twist that we did in the beginning, a little running man shape. Or if you want to stack your legs here, go ahead and extend the arms out, gaze to the right. Bring your knees through center, let them melt over to your right side. Twist the other way. And come right back through center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze and a couple of kisses here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, release. Shavasana. I'll guide you out when it's time. Let's rest and receive your practice. If you'd like to stay in Shavasana for a little bit longer, please do. If you're with me, go ahead and introduce movement back to your body. And then when you're ready, just roll over to your least favorite side. Little fetal position here. Just take a few breaths here. Just to notice how your body feels, how your breath feels. When you're ready, you'll make your way into a comfortable seat. Just rooting your sit bones down. Maybe bring your hands into your heart space. Reaching the crown of your head up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Bring your thumbs to your third eye. May this practice fill your heart with peace and love, and may deepen your connection with your body and with your breath. Namaste. Thanks for flowing with me today, this little grounding flow to crow pose. If you don't have blocks and you'd like to get some, there'll be a link at the bottom of the video. Same with our original mat as well. Thank you. Have a great day. Namaste.